Today I want to feature with you John Yarde, not John King, John Yarde, and he's a friend of mine. I do love him and his family. So he just lost his mom, and if you ever met this lady as well, and I know half of you would not have met her, Shirley, she passed about a month ago. And, you know, she's a hustler and an angel in one breath. And she was a hairstylist and a woman of God in one breath. And really a woman who celebrated her children, their achievements, and really stuck by them and everything. All right. And you may have seen me posting a lot of her life celebrations on my page. So today I want to feature John. So he was ministering in Barbados recently. And this from his album, First John. It's very interesting that that's what he chose. His album is called First John. Hi, John. Wait, all these Johns. So John King, John Stevenson, and John Yarde. And I've got a whole lot of John. So first, second, and third John, maybe. So funny. Okay. I've got to figure out how to get Talisha on here and not able to connect to your broadcast. Okay. This is not nice. We got to figure out how to get Talisha on. All right. So in the meantime, I am going to get you some music from John Yarde. And this one is actually his song. This one is called Redeemed. So if you've heard it or if you haven't heard it, at least you can say Karine made sure that I heard it. Can you guys hear it? Let me know.
Hallelujah. This song I sing with joy. The angels cannot join their voice in this song. 'Cause it's the song of the redeemed, for those whose hearts have been set free. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. The song of the justified, the born again reconciled. Hallelujah. And there's a song in my heart that I want to sing unto you. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. This song I sing with joy. The angels cannot join their voice in this song. 'Cause it's the song of the redeemed, for those whose hearts have been set free. Hallelujah.
What do you guys think of that one? John Yarde, I Am Redeemed. Make sure you go get his album. Please. Please make sure that you do, because I think it's fantastic. Definitely a voice to be celebrated. And Talisha, I'm sorry, that was supposed to be joined on IG, Instagram, because it seems as if I can do that there with you. So that's John Yarde. I have been redeemed. And again, make sure you go get his music. I think it's fantastic, worth supporting, 100% worth pushing, and worth telling the world about. Phenomenal guy. He preaches, he teaches. Hey Tyrone, thank you for joining. Thank you for locking on. And he tells everybody about the word. So if you're just joining, the show is called 1-2 Talk It Off. If you would like to be a part of it, if you have thoughts, I don't know why I can't split this screen. So frustrating, but I'm not going to let it get to me. You know what? I will still figure this out, because hey, me and my, like I said, Winston, we figured this out. We went through this thing, and this is what I was gonna do, and everything worked out just great. I even did a live test. IG is Karine Carlton. So I even did a live test, and it was good. It was great, but I don't know. All right, so Let's continue here and share with you what I was talking about earlier. I mentioned to you that I was I went to an event for women veterans brainstorming and really talking about all of the issues that they may be having. And one of the primary things was healthcare and mental health care. This is crazy. I really don't understand why I can't see this. Anyhow. All right. So, and I mentioned to you before that we will be having a lady, Talisha, and for some strange reason, I'm not able to split the screen with her so that she can share with me. But hopefully we get that worked out. Oh, there she is. We can get that worked out shortly. Got big thumbs, so I need to get my okay. I think we're going to be good. There we go. So let's see. I hope you guys can hear while she's there. I hope you guys can actually hear her and everything. There she is. I'm so sorry to Facebook. You guys can't see her. You're so beautiful.
Well, thank you. So are you. How are you?
I'm good. This is the first time we're meeting, so if this is weird and crazy to you guys.
This is the power of technology.
Okay, so guys, let me just ask Facebook guys, if you can hear Talisha, just let me know. Hi Kenny, thank you for watching. If you can hear Talisha while she's speaking, just thumbs up, like, whatever, so that I can know if you are hear her on Facebook. I know Instagram can see and hear her very well, but Facebook, I need to make sure that you can hear her as well. So Talisha, tell us about you and Skin on Shine.
It's Shine on Skin because I'm Shine.
Oh, Shine on Skin.
Shine on my skin.
I had it all wrong. Shine on Skin.
Hey, it's still SOS. That's what I say. We're still the SOS for all your skincare needs, so I still got you.
Okay.
Coming and going. I got you.
Okay, so you guys can hear her, right? On Facebook. So Courtney says, yes, you can hear. What's the Instagram? Baby, I don't want you to leave Facebook. So it's still Corrine Carlton. On Instagram, it's Corrine Carlton. Everywhere, it's Corrine Carlton. There is only one me. There is only one me. Right.
As there should be.
Okay. All right. So, yes, tell us about Skin on Shine.
Skin on Shine is with RNF, which is Rodan and Fields. Many people aren't familiar with Rodan and Fields, but they're very well versed in Proactive. So people will always say, yep, I know Proactive. It's these two same exact doctors, Katie Rodan and Kathy Fields. They are two Stanford-trained dermatologists still practicing in San Francisco today. Mm-hmm. They created a new product line in 2002 to speak to different issues with skin. So Proactive was primarily teenage acne. So the line in 2002 was based upon other issues that they saw commonly in their dermatology practices, which were hyperpigmentation, sensitivity, acne in adults, and also anti-aging. So they have created 4 core regimens with regard to each of those. And they have a multi-med therapy session, like that's their philosophy, which is the right ingredients with the right formulations applied in the right order. So that's why those products are very meant to be exactly used the way they are. And they really do have wonderful effects.
Is it on par with, since you mentioned Proactive, is it on par with or?
It's still the dermatology formulation, so it is still a clinical grade brand of all the products are still there. They're still the formulations. You have several doctors actually working on them, not only, Dr. Rodan and Dr. Fields, but yes, it's still that, but it's, again, a different formulation from the Proactive at that point. Okay,
so I'm going to ask you a straight up question. Mm-hmm. Mature skin. And I've only had issues with my hi Yarde, thank you for coming back. I've only had issues with my my skin since I became an adult. And when I say adult, I mean like 24, 25. I'm having, all here. And people go like, oh, your skin is flawless. No, it ain't. Look. Mm-hmm. That ain't good.
So these products speak directly to those problems because, again, they were, teenage acne is a very specific issue,
Mm-hmm.
but you see dermatological needs all throughout your lifetime. And so
Right.
they created these lines with that in mind, because they were seeing those problems kind of consistently in their practices, because they, like I said, they're still practicing. So they created some very unique products with that multi-med therapy line in mind, so that they work on different aspects. So again, and therefore all ethnicities, all
Mm-hmm.
different skin tones, and you can use them interchangeably because of the clinical grade. You can move through each of the regimens with ease, knowing that they're going to work together,
Mm-hmm.
instead of like, when you go to CVS and you buy something off the shelf, then you go to another store, you don't know if those were supposed to be meant to work together,
Mm-hmm.
or if there could possibly be some interaction with those. These products are all meant to be used together
Wow.
and concurrently.
Wow. So how can we get this? How can we get these? Do we need to go through a consultation with you first?
Yes, you can actually do that online. The doctors have created a really interesting tool called a solution tool. So if you actually come to my page, I have a website, a web page. Like, my website is being developed at this time.
Okay.
But if you come to Shine on Skin with RNF, that Facebook page.
Let me
you
just
can
make that correction,
request-
guys. I kept saying Skin on Shine. It's Shine on Skin. And we need to be really, really clear, because I don't want you to go on Shine on Skin and you go like, wait, Karine, you lie. It's Shine on
Shine
Skin.
on Skin.
Shine
with
on
RNF.
Skin.
Yes.
Right.
And you just request access. I'll give you access and give you all the information that you need at that point. The digital consultation takes less than 2 minutes. It
Okay.
just really depends on how you answer the questions.
Mhm.
The doctors have made it really simple. It's the same consultation that you would get if you would walk into the office and they say,
Right.
hey, so what are your major concerns with your skin? It's just in a digital format.
Not bad. But apart from buying this, though, because I can buy it from you directly, which I will enjoy, you can sell it as well. You can join with you and join your team to become
you can,
one of the representatives of the product.
Most definitely.
How
Like,
do
we
you-
are now, Euromonitor has just named us again for the second year in a row the number one skincare brand in North America.
Mhm.
And we're also the fastest growing brand, the beauty and personal care brand. So that takes care of all the fragrance, cosmetics, and skincare companies across the board. So we are number one in all of those areas for the second year in a row. And we're on target to actually make the $2 billion that we targeted for this year in this year alone. So you're joining a great business with a global expansions, because we are, again, in North America. We're in the United States and Canada. We also launched in Australia last year, and we're set to launch in the Asian markets in the upcoming years. So
Okay.
to join the team, as you see, you have a great expansion. It's definitely not a saturated market for sure. You can come in at different rates and different ways to come into the business. There's 4 different packages ranging from $45 to $995 to get into the business. And I like to call it a virtual franchise. So you can actually buy yourself into a franchise and literally make your investment back in 3 months or less. I just made
Wow.
mine back in 2 months. Mm-hmm.
How long have you been doing this?
2 months.
And you've already broken even.
Yeah, more than that. I've actually made a profit.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's amazing. Now, again, Facebook, if you can hear her clearly, this is, this is so funny.
I love how you're pointing.
This is Talisha Shine and Shine on Skin. It's her, shineonskin.com is her website. So just in case you weren't able to hear it, it's actually a skincare line, which, as she mentioned, includes cosmetics as well, which is what she's going to draw me to. Yay!
No
and-
cosmetic, just skincare, but yes, we've taken
Right.
over across the board. Like I said, we surpassed all the cosmetic realm, the actual skincare brands that most people know and love that have been around for years. We've actually outbeat and outranked them for 2 years in a row now. So we are number one in the United States for all of that, from that personal beauty and skincare.
Now,
I like that finger.
now, I am wearing everybody else but my lips. I'm wearing me on my lips.
That's even better.
It's a gloss that I'm trying to figure out. So I'm going to call you and see if you can tell the
We have a
doctors.
lip serum. We have a lip serum that you're going to
Trying
love.
to
They
sell
just
you.
reformulated it.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
sell
and
you
see
my lip
mine.
gloss.
Yeah, you see what I'm wearing. See, I have just powder on my face right now and some pink lip gloss. That's all I have on right now.
See? Shine
So
on Skin.
I'm a walking
Amazing.
billboard for my product. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to ask you when you get a chance if you can switch back and forth to both the Instagram and the Facebook and just type the information in there. because I know that people are definitely going to be interested in it. So Jeremy has joined us. Jeremy has joined us. Wayne, thank you for joining me, Wayne. Dr. Eve is here. Arlene is here. Jason is here. Everybody is here. And guys, please share your views. We went through the women's veteran stuff before, and if you missed that, I ain't going back. So, so we'll continue going, and we'll continue to be sharing. This is called 1, 2, talk it off. 1, 2, talk it off. Okay.
Gotta love it.
I love it. It's just like exercise, but for your emotions, right?
Yeah.
All right.
We're doing it.
Yep. So I have a couple of other things I want to chat with Talisha about, and there you go. She just shared it. The Facebook group is called Shine on Skin with RNF. And hi, William. Thank you for joining as well. And so right now I want to talk about the Barbados elections. As I mentioned, a friend of mine, John King, he is right now vying for St. Philip West. The person there would have been David Eswick. I know quite a few of you don't know about that. But did you know? Now, Barbados is 166 square miles. It has not grown, but the population has. Barbados had 8. Let me not tell you lies. 9 political parties, and so I'll read them out for you. If you understand this, the BFP, the BIM, the BLP, the DLP, the KGB, the PDC, the SB, and the UPP.
There you
got
go.
that?
Look at that. Yes, ma'am.
But here's the interesting part about it. So the which one is it? Coalition, the BFP, they actually formed. So it's let me get the information and I'll tell you guys lies again. I've got to be peeping through stuff. Somebody help me with resources. Are you listening?
I love the little singing interlude. That's awesome.
Hey, that's what I have to do.
So we talk and sing it out. Yeah. I love it. That's awesome.
Oh, there, Charlie. Hello, Miss Shine. Okay, so she's going to Instagram. All right, so the Bajan Free Party, the BFP, is a minority party, political party in Barbados. But what caught me was that in 2013, when they had the last elections, they formed a coalition. They formed the coalition of the United Parties, and it's called CUP. It's just really funny. I just thought I'd share it with you. So they got together with the People Democratic Congress, which to me sounds pretty serious, and the Kingdom Government Party, which is the KGB, really, and
gotta use the letters.
Yeah, KGB, and the BFP. They presented a single candidate, but they didn't get any seats. Again, if you've got any thoughts on that, share with me, because I just think that that's really interesting. And politics all over the world, I must say that Barbados has always had a peaceful election. I remember working at elections for 3 elections. And for every election, you would find the newbies, people voting for the very first time, and knew nothing. So where is a gob, right? I know you guys don't know what that is. That's called Bajan. And then you would have the others now. So I've actually had people who were 100 plus voting.
That's great.
Amazing, right?
That really speaks to the process, and that they have the ability. Again, being an African American and having family members that were redlined, and the grandfather clause, which prohibited them from actually being able to vote. Being able to vote was a very significant thing in my family. We're all, service members.
Yep.
Most of my family, my mother's one of 10 children, and the majority of them are service members. And again, just having that ability, I think people really don't recognize the true responsibility and the true honor it is to be able to vote.
So you're a veteran as well.
I am not a veteran. All my family is, though. My father was a Marine. My aunts and uncles serve in various branches. I was recently engaged to a service member, so it's like I'm military by code and honor. So it has been my lifetime.
It's almost like fate, huh?
Yeah, it just is, and I appreciate that. But it definitely comes, there's a cost and a responsibility that the service people have, as well as their families, and we serve right along with them.
Okay, and the other flip side to finding those people. So we had the very old and the very young. We also had those people who knew all about the elections, who knew and knew all the candidates, all the constituents, knew everything by heart. So they didn't have to figure out anything. So again, if you can't hear, please let me know. I will figure out something. I'm a genius like that. I am a woman, hear me roar.
This is what I do, so I can help you if I knew exactly what you were using.
Well, I'm using...
This is my area.
All right, cool. So I'm using, you see, women working together, which is my next topic. Why are we so divided? But I'm using a Note 8, Talisha. And
okay.
This same phone is what I used before to share with my colleague, and everything worked out fine. But it's not working out so fine right now. I'm not too sure what's going on. But
that's all right. We'll shoot later.
We'll figure it out another day.
Yes, we will.
Right. So, guys, again, we've got some ladies in here. William, you're not a lady, but you are married to a lady. I know this. And Jason, yes, you too. But Arlene and Dr. Eve and Wayne, yeah, you're married to a lady too. And Jeremy, I know you're married to a lady. So, you guys, hi, Corrine. Thank you for connecting. I didn't even see that she was on here. I need Wawa. That's the downside of talking a lot. So I really want to find out from Talisha, from you guys, from everybody, why are we so divided? I mean, well, I should say, are we still divided? And did we ever work out why we are divided? You know,
I think that's a false narrative. I really don't think that is the truth. I think that's being propagated in the media, just like anything else. We work really well together. I would say that we have a collaborative, and we've always done things collaboratively. That's how things get done. Specifically in our country, a lot of the things that happen are based upon women being advantageous and taking things into our own hands. So we've seen different aspects of, child safety, healthcare. All of these things are really being championed by women.
But wouldn't you say there are times when it seems as if we're just being put against each other, and we are putting ourselves against each other? I have worked in environments like that where I've walked away.
I mean, I think there's times where, again, it's being, kind of filmed that way or being framed in that position. Like I said, exactly with Rodan and Fields, it's a woman-run company. Like I said, they're two Stanford-trained doctors, and they really work for the aspect of giving women the empowerment to be CEOs for themselves and have, the incomes and the ability to do what they need to do.
Right.
And I think that, that comes from the top down. And that was their formulation of their whole entire business. And there's a lot of women that are doing that. We're entering the workforce at a great rate. We're doing great things as entrepreneurs. And again, we're employing people. That's the difference, as they always say. You teach a man something, then he's learned. But if you teach a woman something, she educates the entire village. And that's what we do as a whole.
Courtney says control. Courtney says it's about control. And I can't...
I just think we just want...
I tend, when I think about women working together or not working together, I think of corporate. For example, I find that we think that we need to compete against men. And in truth and in fact, we don't need to compete against. So if you think about, if you're good at something and someone else comes in to do pretty much the same thing, there's no competition, because whatever you're going to do will just fly over their head. So I find that when it comes to corporate, we tend to compete with the men because we're not getting that opportunity that they're getting. And then when we do get the opportunity, we have to work twice as hard and do it twice as even better. Double the better.
The whole aspect of non-inclusive work environments. If we were, had diverse work environments, we wouldn't have to feel that level of competitive, or that there's only one slot for everybody, where we have this large group that has ample amount of positions, but there's only one for you as the Black female, or there's one for you as the Latino male. If we didn't have such a system that created that, that diverseness in that sense of like, okay, you only have one, and then you have a multi-mass of them, that becomes the issue. So again, I think it really is a systematic aspect rather than us creating that. That's the narrative being created, and that they keep that status quo by keeping us divisive instead of having the diversity.
Arlene says it's true, and we've had a long dialogue with people about income, right? Now, my issue with the income is, and I have experienced this, and I did not know I was experiencing it until I got older, because I thought I was pretty good. But then when you realize that there were some that were pretty better. So
the paycheck's a little different, yes.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Try $20,000 difference.
Oh, I know. I was literally in 1 week of my life, I told my job I was pregnant. I was fired a day later, and then I turned 30 all in 1 week. And that set the tone for what I would become, that I call it that miseducation, where you think, oh, I'm just going to do a great job. Everything is great. All my clients love me. And then to literally be let go and just be like, oh, it's not personal. It's just a business decision. And then having to fight. Literally, I was in litigation with them for 8 months out of my entire pregnancy because they left me uninsured and they dropped me from my job.
Wow.
Because I was pregnant. And see, these are the kinds of things that people are like, no, that doesn't happen. That just happened in 2002.
No.
So it does happen. It happens often.
2016, 17, that happened. Well, not the exact thing, but a fast one was pulled on me. It appeared as, well, you will be able to take care of your kids and you can spend time at home and you don't have to do this and do that and whatever it is. No, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm not even bothered. I know how this guy operates. I didn't fight. I didn't bother. I had too many things that I was going through at that particular point in time. Hospital stay, all sort of stuff. I did it. And I must say, I'm irreplaceable.
Yes, you are. And we all are. I think that's the point. There's a space for all of us. And that, like I said, that narrative being created that there's only one single slot for you and you have to fight tooth and nail is incorrect, and it keeps that going.
And what Courtney said, control. A lot of the things that people are doing, and I say people because it's not all the time the male bosses, and Arlene says it's true. It's not always the male boss, but quite a few times people, as in the person in power, may not be in the same
system.
Yeah, exactly. It's the system
is created that way, and they want it to keep that way. So there's a status quo established, and that is, again, sometimes it's the corporate culture, sometimes it's just the way the company has run. And again, that's why we really do need to have, our voices being heard. We do have to create opportunities for ourselves, and these are the kind of things that we really need to be pursuant.
Yes.
At this point.
And I'll tell you something. I know you said, we're not against each other, but I remember I was, I can't remember how old I was. I wasn't 30 yet. I was probably around 25 or something. And I had a pretty good job. What someone would call a cushy job. I was maybe it was created for me, but I was a marketing secretary. So everything with reference to advertising and PR and so on, I did. And so I joined this company, and my senior, probably been there for around 20 years or more in the same position. That's not my fault. So, basically objected to any and everything, and no matter what you did, it was wrong. It was incorrect. So I'm trying to understand. No, you would think, well, it's your personality. Maybe you guys just didn't mesh. Why? We don't know each other. Why shouldn't we mesh? Oh, you guys didn't understand each other. Why? We don't need to. We're working for a common cause. It doesn't matter. I understood that.
It's a very strong challenge.
I understood after a while that, you remember I said she was there for 20 years. And again, that was not my fault that you were there for 20 years doing the same thing. She saw a threat. I didn't see a threat because I was not going to be staying there for 20 years doing the same thing. I didn't see a threat. Hi, Sophia. Thanks for connecting. Hi, Carson. Everybody's coming on, and I'm really glad you guys are coming on. And it's 20 past. Time is flying. It's 20 past 9 Eastern Standard Time. It's amazing. Anyhow, so one of the other things I wanted to chat about is, now that we're talking about women and men and that difference. So you would have a woman doing a job, and I specifically choose makeup artistry. Women are doing makeup artistry forever. and you would have one guy. Let's say you have 10 women doing makeup artistry, and then one guy comes in, whoosh, and he just takes over the entire thing and soars to the top. Why? What's that? What do you guys think? Why do you think that a guy can come in and do something that we were doing for ever so long, for however long, and he just soars away with it? What is that about? What do you think?
I mean, my mother was a professional makeup artist for the majority of my life growing up. So
wow, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah. You know, sometimes it's those personalities and what people want.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what people are accustomed to and really feel comfortable with. And so that always comes to play, especially in different industries where the comfortability will really surpass skill or even just, you know, rudimentary amenability for the job.
Yeah.
It's that just like, I have a comfortability with you, and therefore that's what it is. Like I modeled professionally for many years, and that was
she's pretty Facebook, just in case you can't see her. She's really, really pretty.
But that some people just had the people that they liked, they were comfortable with, and they developed a rapport with, and that's the models they hire consistently.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes it's just truly the way a system works, and you can, you know, say it's unfair or whatnot, but sometimes you just have to deal with how it works. And, you know,
can you hook a sister up?
The creative. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm 46 years old. I haven't worked in a very long time modeling. So I switched directly from modeling into the IT world. So I did a very hard push. Yeah.
How long did you model for?
I modeled for almost 10 years.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Learned a lot.
Well, I hope I don't see you on America's Next Top Model. Oops, did I say that out loud?
No, I'm not trying to go back.
Well, yeah. All right. So, yeah, I think we covered quite a bit of stuff. I switched my stuff around a little bit, and I wanted to do my last thing first and so on, and I did, but I got it covered. Amazing. And I'm really
thank you so much for letting me be on your show. I really appreciate it.
I'm glad we connected, and we have to talk about some more. Oh, there's one other thing that I wanted to talk about with you.
Okay.
We just talked about how women are working or not working together, but you are more connected than I am with Black woman empowerment. I want you to share with everybody about that, just in case there's anyone who's listening that may be interested. I'm interested, and I do real estate. So hey, I am going to be telling you guys about a project that I'm working on, and hopefully all of us can buy a piece of the pie. And not be spending tens of thousands of dollars and getting that piece of the pie, but just taking our little bits and pieces and putting them together and making a chunk. Okay? Don't look at my nails. I just saw my nails.
You were too much. But I'm actually attending a wonderful inaugural event in Philadelphia this coming Friday. It's the Hue Tech Summit. It's featuring it's technology founders and technology specialists. So they're all entrepreneurs, women of color, supporting other women of color who are also founders into the tech industry. So again, I see that. I see Black female founders, which you can find online, doing incredible things across the nation, but here in DC doing just phenomenal things. And so there's a lot of empowerment for women of all. I think that's what I said. Sometimes we find each other and we see the specific lack in order just to, again, make sure our voices are heard, because sometimes we're just not. We're kind of low in the totem pole. And that's exactly what I'm doing with Rodan and Fields. I'm attempting to bring our voices to this industry. Like I said, we are consumers by far and large. We do consume products, and they have something to offer to us, and we have something to offer to them. So that's what I would like to, share with people, is that, to make change, you have to be present, and you have to start with you.
Yes. And guys, again, her website is Shine on Skin. Just making sure. And you can find that on my Facebook group. Yep. Because like I said, my website, you'll go there. It just kind of has a little under construction. But if you go to the Facebook group, Shine on Skin with RNF, you get to just sign in, and I'll get you all the information you need. Awesome. Thank you very much. You made my show awesome. You did. Thank you so much. You did. And it's my third show, so I'm really happy. I'm really proud with how it's going, and I'm really loving the response as well. We have a gospel artist from Barbados we will be featuring next week, Monday.
Okay.
And so you guys, again, if you want to share, I'm still looking for that professional makeup artist who is going to stick in the corner of my Facebook or maybe on my Instagram and do their little piece. I'm also looking for maybe that guitarist who's going to be playing music while I'm talking or singing along while I do some open mic, some free flow kind of thing. Maybe, yeah, maybe I'll get some Kioma. If you are familiar with Kioma, get back to my poetry days and stuff. This is 1, 2, talk it off. 1, 2, talk it off. 1, 2, talk it off. Having fun.
Great. Yes.
I'm having fun, and I thank you guys for joining me. See you guys.
Thank you so much.